Have you ever felt that everyone else is moving forward, but you are standing still? This is the story of a boy who felt exactly like that. Tom was a young boy who lived in a small village near a quiet river. He lived with his mother in a little wooden house. They were not rich, but their home was warm and full of kindness. Every morning, Tom helped his mother before school. He carried water, cleaned the table, and fed the small chickens outside. Tom had a big dream in his heart. One day, he wanted to become a teacher. He loved the idea of standing in front of a class and helping children learn new things. But there was one problem that made him feel worried every day. Tom was not good at reading. At school, the other children read quickly. They spoke loudly and confidently. They answered questions before the teacher finished asking them. Tom tried to follow the words in his book, but the letters looked confusing. Sometimes he mixed them up. Sometimes he stopped in the middle of a sentence because he did not know the next word. Whenever the teacher asked him to read aloud, Tom felt his stomach tighten. His hands became cold. His voice sounded small. Some children in the back of the class whispered and laughed. Tom pretended not to hear them, but inside he felt very sad. One afternoon, he walked home slower than usual. He kicked small stones on the road and kept his head down. When he reached the house, his mother noticed his quiet face. She asked gently, "Tom, what is wrong today?" Tom sat beside her and said, "I think I am not smart. I cannot read like the other children. They laugh at me." His mother looked at him with soft eyes and smiled. "Tom," she said, "being slow does not mean you are weak. Learning takes time. If you keep trying, you will improve." Tom sighed and asked, "But how can I get better?" His mother stood up, took a small old book from the shelf, and placed it in front of him. "We will read together every evening," she said, "only a little at a time, step by step." That night, they sat at the small kitchen table. Tom read one word, then another. He made many mistakes. Sometimes he stopped. Sometimes he wanted to close the book, but his mother patiently helped him sound out each word. The next evening, they did the same, and the evening after that. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, Tom began to recognize more words. The letters did not look as scary as before. Sometimes he could read a full sentence without stopping. When this happened, his mother clapped softly and said, "See, you are improving." Tom still struggled, but something inside him had changed. He no longer felt completely hopeless. He began to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could learn. One day at school, the teacher made an announcement. "Tomorrow, we will read a story aloud in class. Everyone must read a page." Tom felt his heart drop. All the fear returned at once. On the way home, he did not talk much. That evening, he told his mother, "I am afraid I will fail again tomorrow." His mother placed a hand on his shoulder and said calmly, "You worked hard. Do your best. That is enough." Tom nodded, but he still felt nervous as he went to bed. The next morning, Tom woke up early. He felt the same nervous feeling in his chest as he walked to school. When he entered the classroom, the sound of children talking seemed louder than usual. He sat quietly and waited. Soon the reading lesson began. The teacher called students one by one. Each child read their page. Some read fast. Some made small mistakes. Tom listened carefully, trying to stay calm. Then he heard his name. "Tom, please read page 10. For a moment, everything felt silent. Tom stood up slowly, holding the book with both hands. He remembered the evenings at the kitchen table. He remembered his mother's encouraging smile. He took a deep breath and began. At first his voice was quiet, but steady. He read the first sentence correctly, then the next. He paused once to think, but he did not stop. Word after word, he continued. When he finished the page, the teacher looked pleased. She smiled warmly and said, "Very good, Tom." To his surprise, several students clapped. No one laughed. Tom felt a warm feeling spread through him. It was the first time he felt proud of himself in school. After that day, Tom was not as afraid of reading. He still practiced every evening. Now he sometimes read short stories by himself before bed. The more he read, the easier it became. Months passed, and Tom's confidence grew. He started answering questions in class. He even helped a younger student learn new words. For the first time, he began to feel that his dream might truly be possible. Years went by. Tom finished school and continued studying. He worked hard and never forgot how difficult reading had once been for him. That memory made him patient and determined. Finally, one day Tom stood at the front of a classroom, not as a student, but as a teacher. He smiled as he looked at the children sitting in front of him. Some were confident, some looked nervous, just like he once had. Whenever a child struggled and said, "I am not smart," Tom gently replied, "You just need time. Keep trying." Tom understood something very important. Success does not come from being the fastest. It comes from not giving up. Small steps every day can change a person's life. And that is how the boy who once struggled to read became the teacher who helped many children learn.